Hi everybody, my name is Banam Farbad and I'm the owner of this channel. I'm 22 years old and I go to Moravian College in Pennsylvania, and I'm also a cadet at Lehigh University in their ROTC program. My majors of study at school are history and political science, and I also am getting a minor in education. Uh, as I said, I'm a cadet at Lehigh University's ROTC program as well. This channel was created because of that role I have. This semester I'm serving as our battalion's historian, and that means I'll be looking into our past and legacy and making sure that's available to our community. The specific purpose of this individual channel is for me to present the drafts of these, but obviously you guys, the public, are more than welcome to enjoy it, and I'll have the finished versions on our battalion's webpage. If you don't know what ROTC is the Reserve Officer Training Corps. It serves to commission cadets as second lieutenant officers in the U.S. military. So there's Army ROTC, Air Force ROTC, etc. And they make up a good amount of your junior officers in the military. So for example, in the Army, ROTC can make up between 30 and 50% of that year's new officers. So if you know or you're interested in the military, this is probably a good channel for the next couple of months for you to just watch, to get a little bit of understanding of what ROTC was and how the history of that has gone. As you can see by just the basic camera and audio and visuals here, I'm not a professional. This won't be like a professional history page, but you will get some good content out of it, and I'll make sure that there's nothing that's being wasted on it. I personally joined ROTC because I believe in the idea of service. Primarily, my service is education. So one day I want to be a professor. That's my long-term goal. But I also have, on the other side of service is national service. So that's where the military came in for me. I believe everyone should do some kind of service for our country, whether that be military service, public service, nonprofits, volunteers, or joining an international group, like the Red Cross or something like that. Anything. Anyone should be doing some years of service, when you're younger. I chose ROTC specifically because I wanted to go to college, so I didn't want to join a service program that would mean going to college later or not going to college. And ROTC let me go to college and serve afterward, with a contract, of course. And then when that contract ends, I can decide to stay in the military or continue on with civilian life. So it was a really good balance for me. Before we continue to future videos, I want to talk about why ROTC was created. So ROTC was created just before the U.S. involvement in World War I, in response to, one, World War I existing, and two, the incursions of Pancho Villa on the Mexican border, where American forces were used to, suppress him, basically. The idea was that the military wasn't prepared for wars. It wasn't prepared for the defense, so there was this preparedness movement in America leading up to American involvement in World War I that pushed through, the ROTC into a law. It pushed through, the reserves, National Guard, etc. So a lot of military reforms came through in the lead up to World War I, and ROTC was one of them. What I'll be covering in this channel will be Lehigh University's ROTC program, specifically from the years 1919 to 1970, basically all the years from its existence to about halfway into its lifespan. There will be a couple years leading up to 1919 that I will cover, just the creation of ROTC and how Lehigh played a role in that. But I won't be going past 1970 at this time in the next couple months. People who will enjoy this channel are just people who enjoy history, who enjoy American military history, who want to have a better understanding of what ROTC is. So obviously this is just a single school's history, but that'll give you a lot of knowledge of what ROTC looked like across the board for a large part in those 50 years. Other people who enjoy it will just be people in the ROTC programs, or if you have family members in the ROTC or military. But my guess is if you're one of those people, you'll be watching this on our battalion channel rather than my drafts here. But if you're here, coming early, thank you. I would love to get tips for the final version. And that's it for my intro video. Thank you for joining me.